is why are we still exporting at record numbers? Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. So Ice Age Farmer put out a video a couple days ago that shows where countries are like hoarding food, but I have something different to show you that I'm going to point out on these two articles by the same news outlet. Okay, so if you take a look at the title of this, it says countries starting to hoard food, threatening global trade. Published March 25th, 2020. And it says here, it's not just grocery shoppers who are hoarding pantry staples. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, don't let people call you a hoarder. If there's food on the shelves and you're buying food to stock up, you're not a hoarder. All you're doing is preparing to make sure that your family has what they need in case things become unavailable. All right, so anyone that calls you a hoarder, take it with a grain of salt and then ask them, what are you going to do should there not be food stuff available for you and your family because you didn't take the time to prepare? Bloomberg, it's not just grocery shoppers who are hoarding pantry staples. Some governments are moving to secure domestic food supplies during this health crisis. It says here that Kazakhstan, one of the world's biggest shippers of wheat flour, banned exports of the product, along with others, including carrots, sugars, and potatoes. Serbia stopped the flow of its sunflower oil and other goods. Russia is leaving the door open to shipment bans and said it's assessing the situation weekly. Okay, I'm not going to read the entire article for you. I just wanted to show you that the article had the content that related to its title, and I wanted to show you the publishing date of this article, which is March 25th, 2020. Now take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Bloomberg, countries rush to hoard food as prices rise amid this health crisis. Published October 14th, 2020. So all this time, ladies and gentlemen, that people that were not prepared were panic buying, they were called hoarders. All this time that people that were prepared, like you and I, hopefully you that's watching this, that were preparing to make sure that they had the things that they need in their home to feed their families, are called hoarders. But all along, this entire time, there has been hoarding by countries themselves. And I don't even like to call that hoarding. I think that if a country decides to stop exporting its natural resources, its goods that it produces, so that it can take care of its people first and foremost, which is really one of the primary duties of a government, is to ensure the well-being of their people. So if a government says, no, we're going to stop exporting this or that because if we keep exporting it, our people are going to go without, I don't see that as hoarding. I see that as just you taking care of your house. Same thing you would do in your own home. If you see that you're going to run out of something in your home, do you go ahead and give away the rest of that item that you have? No, you keep it because you know you're going to need it in the future. Agricultural commodity buyers from Cairo to Istanbul have been on a shopping spree since this health crisis upended supply chains. Jordan has built up record wheat reserves, while Egypt, the world's top buyer of grain, took the unusual step of tapping international markets during its local harvest and has boosted purchases by more than 50% since April. Taiwan said it will boost strategic food stockpiles, and China has been buying feed for its growing pig herd. Now, ladies and gentlemen, all of these other countries are importing at record levels, number one. They're stopping their exports for the most part of those items that they know they are going to run out of if they continue to export. My question is this for the United States of America is why are we still exporting at record numbers? Is a GDP, is our gross domestic product, for those of you that don't know what the gross domestic product is, it's the amount of money that the United States was able to either sell or provide services for that year. For example, if you have a business and your business sells $1 million worth of goods that year, that's your business's GDP. All right, that's how much product and or services your business sold. Same thing for the country. So what I'm saying is that we continue to export all this food amid a global food shortage, i.e. food crisis, as stated by the UN, as stated by many others. But we continue to export at these heightened levels. Is it just so that we can have numbers that look good? The early purchases underscore how nations are trying to protect themselves on concerns that this health crisis will disrupt port operations and wreak havoc on global trade. This health crisis has already upset domestic farm-to-fork supply chains that provide just enough inventory to meet demand, with empty store shelves across the world leading consumers to change their shopping habits. This health crisis has forced consumers to shift from just-in-time inventory management to a more conservative approach, which was labeled as just-in-case. The result is that consumers are holding more inventory as a precaution against future supply disruptions. And you can see what's going on as far as how it correlates to what I just read, where supermarkets, businesses, etc. are stocking up and keeping more inventory on hand because they foresee another panic buying event just like the one that happened early this year between February and March. A number of factors are adding to a rally in prices of corn, wheat, and soybeans, including floods in China and the country's increased purchases to meet commitments under its Phase 1 trade deal with the U.S. But Beijing is also keen to heed the lessons of this health crisis and ensure its stockpiles are plentiful enough to withstand supply issues. People familiar with the situation said last month. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this one. But let me end it on this note. All of these countries have been stockpiling food for the last several months. Why aren't you? If you're not stockpiling those things that you need in order to have it in case it becomes unavailable, why not? It doesn't matter whether this thing is real or not. People say it is, people say it isn't. What I think is real is that the shortages are going to become real in the very near future due to your weather, due to your natural causes, due to man-made causes, due to geopolitical causes. So why don't you stock up now while you still have the time? That way you won't have to go without, and your family won't have to go without should the day arrive where you can't pick up what you need at the store. Having said that, thank you very much for joining in. Hope you guys are having a good day. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. I'm the Alaska Prepper. I'm out.